name is Tiffany Ema from tiffanyema.com, and today I am going to be talking to you about thrifting for shoes. A lot of people will say, like, don't buy shoes at the thrift store. I disagree with that because I found so many shoes that are barely worn while thrifting, and just really good condition, really good leathers, really high quality shoes that I may not always spend money on at a regular store. And plus you can find some really unique items. There are some things that you should not purchase shoe wise at the thrift store, and I will talk about those as well. But generally speaking, like, you can find some really great items. Most of my shoes are thrifted. So I'm coming to you today for my accessory corner. I have my shoes here, I have my jewelry here, I have my hats here, and I just kind of wanted to walk you through some of, I'm not going to walk you through all of my shoe collection, I'm sorry, but I will walk you through some of my shoe collection and share some of the items that I found recently, and kind of what to look for. The first type of shoe you should consider purchasing at the thrift store are like all of your colored, fun, unexpected shoes that you maybe won't want to spend too much money on because you won't get a lot of wear out of. Here is an example. I bought these like orange, yellow, blue, like feather printed shoes from the thrift store. I think they were $5 or something like that. I'm gonna try and see if I can figure out how much they were. The price is rubbed off at this point, but I think they're around $5 or so. I probably wouldn't spend these, most likely these were like $30, $40 originally. I probably wouldn't spend that on these because I'm obviously not going to wear these every day. Like, these are orange shoes and they're super high, so I'm not going to be in these every day. So I would definitely suggest looking for items like this that you won't get a lot of wear out of, and you can save money by spending less on those items. The next type of shoe that I would look for are your like classic items. Look for like really nice leathers, shoes, brands that you know will hold up to the test of time. For example, I do find a lot of like Bourne and Clark shoes at the thrift store, and those are both really great high quality brands that are actually known for comfort. So, you know, I could pick up a shoe like this brown like Oxford heel that I found at the thrift store for, I think I got it on a half off day, and it ended up being about $4 or something like that. But these are shoes that I could wear all the time. It's leather, so they can be cleaned up, and they could be, you know, they could be resoled if they needed to be. They could be polished down to be really nice, but these particular ones are in really great condition. Another pair that I got recently that I'm really happy about were these Bourne shoes. They're kind of like this like Western kind of booty style, and they were more than what I normally pay for anything at the thrift store. They were $10, but they're Bourne and they're leather. They're in perfect condition. I don't know if the person who bought these initially wore them ever. So that I get super excited about stuff like that, because I'm just like, I'm getting this pair of shoes that were probably $70, $80 initially for $10, and that just makes me really happy. A lot of times shoe styles, as in anything in style, will cycle back around, so you can find some really cool like shoes that can pass for trendy even though they are more of a vintage or an older style. They could be not vintage at all, but they're more of an older style. I found these 9 West flats the other day, and I just thought they were just so adorable. Like, they're like, I just dropped one, ignore that. They're like these like pointy toe, like strappy, but it has a small heel in it, so it still has some support in it. And I just really thought they were like really great shoes that I can just wear anytime during the summer. So you can find some really cool like sneakers at the thrift store, colorful like Keds, Chucks, things like that. I would caution against buying athletic shoes at the thrift store, something that you're planning on working out in, because they wear down very easily, and they're not going to provide the support that you actually need when you're working out. So I would not buy sneakers that are intended for working out at the thrift store, but cute little things like this, like I got these for like maybe $8 or something like that. Like, these are just like adorable little shoes that probably wouldn't have spent more than even $20 on at a regular store. Probably not even that, because they're like not very practical at all. So I definitely, buying them at the thrift store for $8 like makes way more sense to me. Every once in a while you'll be thrifting and you might find that shoe that's kind of more the fixer-upper type shoe. This particular sandal, I bought them the other day. honestly, they're not even that much of a fixer-upper. They could use just, you know, a little bit of a polishing, a little bit of scuffing. But they were 50 cents. Like, these are just leather sandals with a nice chunky heel on it. Literally 50 cents. So I'm just like, why would I leave those behind? That's craziness if I had. Alright, the last type of shoe that I want to talk to you about today that you can really find in abundance at the thrift store are boots. You can find some really cool like vintage style boots. These are probably my favorite, like Western. They're like some like Western combat boot style. I don't know. They have these little tassels on them. Super love them. I bought them last year for maybe $8 or something like that at the thrift store. But this was one of my favorite finds like ever at the thrift store. Boots, like you can find really great leathers. I find a lot of Brazilian made boots at the thrift store that I don't even always see them, like the styles and stuff, anywhere else, and I get really excited when I find things. Like, I'm gonna try and pull these out. These boots, which if you follow me on Instagram, you probably saw them over this past like winter fall season. These are my favorite boots. They're beautiful. Like they're classic, but they're also like not classic. They're unique. So this was a great buy. They were like maybe like, I think I bought them on half off day for like $8.50 or something like that. Because I took a risk and left them there till half off day. I do that a lot. Sometimes I'll like leave things that I want at the thrift store and just pray that they're there on half off day. And these were, I couldn't believe it. Like, score for me. Thanks again so much for joining me for my video about thrifting for shoes. I really hope that it gave you some insight and encouraged you to get out there and find some really great shoes at the thrift store. As I said before, like, that was not half of my collection of shoes. Like, it's almost embarrassing how many shoes I have. I feel like I'm always trying to get rid of stuff, but I never can for whatever reason. Like, I always end up with a bunch of shoes, and it was partially because of the fact that it's hard to pass up a pair of $4 shoes that are high quality leather that are barely worn. It's very hard for me. I'm working on it, I promise. But I hope that you found this video helpful and enjoyable. If you did, make sure to thumbs up the video, subscribe to the channel, and just keep coming back for more. I have lots and lots of tips about thrifting to share and many other things. So thank you so much for joining me.